In the wee hours of Independence Day, a suspected drug plane crash landed near the Newland area, approximately 7 miles from Santa Marta Village on the Old Northern Highway in the Orange Walk district. The low-flying aircraft was reportedly en route to Mexico, but ended up landing in Belize after the Mexican Navy, with its comprehensive air surveillance system, activated 3 planes to fly over the south of Quintana Roo to detect the illegal entry of the aircraft, suspected to be loaded with drugs from South America.
Sunday night, we received information of a trucking that had left South America and was heading in this region. Based on the information that we had received, we deployed members of the police department as well as the Belize Defense Force, as we would normally do, to various possible landing sites. We monitored the track throughout the night, and sometime around 2 a.m. Monday morning, we were told that the plane had landed somewhere in the north, but we could not have ascertained an exact location.
With support from the Mexican aircrafts, the crash site was located. By the time joint police and BDF team arrived at the farm, the suspected illicit cargo had already been offloaded and removed from the area. The aircraft, using a heavy-duty equipment, had been pushed off the road and into bushes. A number of items used in the illicit activity was retrieved from the scene and is now in police safekeeping.
They came across the plane, which is a jet, and the plane was checked. There was no content. Subsequent investigation into the landing of the plane led to the detention of 5 individuals. Those persons are in police custody as the investigation continues. One of the persons detained is the owner of the farm on which the plane landed. Another person is a Mennonite who owns a bulldozer that was also found on the scene. And we believe that the bulldozer was used to cart the plane off the road and pushed into some bushes. We also found a tractor with a bush hog that we believe was used to clear the area. A number of lights were found that we believe were used to illuminate the airstrip, or the place used the makeshift airstrip for the landing of the plane. We also found power saw that were used to cut down some posts along the road. And we found some motorcycles that we believe was used by some of the persons who assisted in the landing of the plane.
The plane landed on a dirt road to a farm belonging to Noel Codd, a licensed auctioneer from Orange Walk. According to attorney Marcel Cardona, his client recently purchased the property from the Hines family. Gilbert Hines and his 17-year-old nephew are farmhands at the property, who along with Codd were at the police station giving statements this afternoon. Cardona says that the Hines are victims. They were held hostage by a group of about 8 to 12 armed, masked men from Sunday evening.
My information is therefore that my client's only connection to this plane landing is that his farm was somehow involved, or a portion of his farm was somehow involved. The plane, I understand, landed about 1.5 miles from his farm. However, the information that I have gathered so far is that it appears as if some of the persons that may have participated in the plane landing used a portion of his farm as a staging ground, from which they then sprung into action later on in the evening to conduct whatever. In the meantime, Mr. Codd's two laborers who are the caretakers to his property were held hostage by the gunmen, right, until around the hour, sometime after midnight, around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., that the plane allegedly or supposedly landed. Then after all the gunmen clear the area, my other two clients, which would be the hinds, were able to then safely leave the premises, right? Since the gunmen that had held them hostage had already left the area, right? And that these gunmen were all masked.
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams says that it is expected that at least 2 of the 5 men detained so far, including a Mennonite, will be charged for their alleged involvement in the suspect narco-trafficking activity.
We believe that by day ends today, or early tomorrow morning, we should be able to charge at least 2 individuals, that is the owner of the farm and the Mennonite who owns the bulldozer, both of whom we have received reliable information and evidence to suggest that they were on site when the plane landed. So we believe that we'll be able to make an arrest in this instance.
I fail to see how there can be criminal responsibility on the part of Mr. Cud when it's just like if I own a property, I own a farm, and somebody goes and commits a murder on my farm, what do I have to do with that? Right? I don't have anything to do with that except being the property owner, right? And unless the police are able to come up with some other evidence, conclusive evidence showing otherwise, then I do not share the commissioner's view.
Duane Moody for News 5.